Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel. It is me, your girl, Goddess of Love and Truth Reacts, coming to you with another reaction video upload. If you are new to the channel, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber or viewer, welcome back. All of you guys' support is greatly and truly appreciated. If you have not subscribed to the channel as of yet, be sure to click that subscribe button. Click that bell notification for all so that you never miss an upload. Don't forget to like the video, share the video, and leave your comments down below. Liking the video and subscribing to the channel helps me and my channel get in and remain in the YouTube algorithm. All right, you guys, we are about to get into the next episode of Beyond the Gates. I just uploaded Beyond the Gates from last week on yesterday, episodes 50 through 54. So if you have not checked that out, be sure to go over. I have saw that there are some views on there, but I'm not seeing the likes. Where are the likes, you guys? Like, where are the likes? Okay, like I binge watched that for y'all, and y'all can't even like the video. Come on now. I know y'all could do better. Like the video. Like the video. It doesn't cost you anything to like the video. But all right, you guys. So, the trial this week is going to be ending at 3 p.m. So hopefully I'll be able to do the reactions to Beyond the Gates. So I'm not going to say what I'm going to do. I'm just going to say hopefully, because every time I say I'm going to do something, then something change. Yes, I can be very indecisive, but sometimes I forget, like I forgot about the trial and I didn't think about it. And then I didn't know that they was going to be getting out early all this week. So I had some extra time and I was able to get the episode watched. Now, I didn't do any screenshots or anything like that. So this one is going to be a little different. So better still that I get the episode uploaded. All right, you guys. So on the next episode of Beyond the Gates, Season 1, Episode 55, let's get into the video. All right, you guys. So in this episode, we pick up where Jacob had went over to Crazy Leslie house and told her that he need her to come down to the station. So she came down to the station and he questioned her about the night that Laura was run off the road. And she was like, she said, I know that female dog, daughter of Nicole's, told you what I said or whatever. And then he was like, she said, you can't take her word, you can't trust her word. He said, well, what about your own words? And she was like, what? So he played the recording. So he mentioned that it seems like she's the one that did it and she's trying to put it off on Eva. But then when it came back to it, after they split and went to somebody else and they came back to them, he said, so are you admitting that your daughter did this? I'm like, now wait, Jacob, make up your mind. Do you think she did it or you think her daughter did it or whatever? So he asked her, what was she doing? Well, first she said that you should be arresting her because she shouldn't have been recording me. And he said in their state, you know, it's a one-party consent like that. And she was like, well, who made up that law? Like, that's crazy or whatever. So anywho, he asked her where she was. So she was like, she looked at her phone or whatever, and she was like, I was with Mona. And she said Ashley mama's name, but again, y'all, I never catch that lady name, child. So she said she was with them or whatever, having lunch. He was like, well, that was in the afternoon, but where were you after that or whatever? And she was like, I don't know. And this and that, there and the other. And so she was like, should I have a lawyer? And he said, do you think you need a lawyer? He was like, you haven't been charged with anything, but if you feel like you need a lawyer, then yeah, I think you should get a lawyer. You know, only people that got something to hide feel like they have to have a lawyer, which is not true, but that's what he said. So baby, but after the, you know, before she left, she done stood up and basically threatened him. She's saying, she said, well, so we got a lunatic out here like that. She said, you should be worried about what they may do next. I said, oh, did you did you threaten Jacob? Like, are you threatening Jacob? That psycho woman. And he said something, he mentioned about her multiple names and personalities. I was cackling. Baby, Jacob was, he was not playing with her. So she wasn't blaming it on Eva. She said that, she just said that or whatever, just messing with her or whatever. But again, like we say, she was very descriptive or whatever, and that's why Jacob believed it. But Jacob said, well, it seems like it was either you or your daughter. And I'm like, child, Jacob, don't do that. It was her. It was her. So we go to Kat. Kat is at the country club, and she wasn't paying attention, and she ran into, well, maybe they both wasn't paying attention. Either way, they ran into each other, her and Tomas. And baby, she was like, are you dumb or something? She was about to go off on him before she realized it's him. See, she a little bratty, little broad. And she just like, I didn't like the way, even though Eva came in doing some sneaky stuff or whatever, Kat didn't know that at first. I didn't like the way how Kat came off treating Eva in the first place, because she was just being snobbish for no reason. And then that's how she was being with Tomas. Tomas is not going to like her because she really is a brat. And he tripped me out when he said something about her being a snob. And she said, that's what you think of me? And he stopped her. And then he was like, no, I think that you're beautiful. No, he really thinks she's a snobbish little brat, because that's what she is. She is definitely a brat. And I'm like, I didn't like how she did Eva at first, but I wouldn't have called her snobbish and a brat. But after how she ran into him and was about to go off because she thought he was a worker, I feel like she did that because she thought there was somebody that worked there, and she was about to snap on them like, even if it was a worker, don't be talking to people like you was just as at fault as he was for running into each other. Like, I don't like people like that. So I don't like her character being like that. She is being a little snobbish, stuck up little brat. And he gonna end up being with Eva because she a trip. But anyway, so they apologized to each other for running into each other. And then they sat down, and then he didn't even pick her phone up. I was like, now Tomas, now you could have been a gentleman and picked her phone up off the ground. I know she was being a little snobbish, but still, like, you could have picked that phone up for her, okay? Even though I don't like her being snobbish, but come on now, she's still a lady. Pick that phone up, boy. There was no way that she should have been down and had to get that phone. But anywho, they went over, they were sitting on the couch or whatever, and she done told Tomas that she think Eva ran Laura off the road. I was like, oh my gosh, she just won't stop. When I tell you that, we won't stop. When I tell you that, we won't stop. Yeah, she's beginning to get on my nerve. I don't think Kat is going to be one of my favorite characters. I wasn't feeling her, but I'm definitely not feeling her now. She's beginning to be annoying, okay? I know a lot of people like her too, but I don't. Okay, we can agree to disagree. I don't like Kat. I won't say I don't like her. She's beginning to get on my nerve, but I'm sure I'm gonna end up not liking her because she just do too much. Like, she is really showing her little bratty ways. Oh, they sit on the little couch and they talking, and so she was asking him, did he want to hear it? And he was like, no, I don't want to hear that. So she like, oh, so you believe Eva already and you don't even know? And he was like, no. He was like, I just don't think that she would do something like that. And then you see who her mom is and what her mom is capable of. Why would you believe anything that come out of her mouth? Exactly. See, Tomas, he got some sense, you know what I'm saying? And then Tomas mentioned something that totally went over her head because she's all about herself. He mentioned how he went to the military to put himself through school. So, meaning he didn't come for money. He had to go into the military so he could pay for his schooling, and he put his own self through school, not his family. So it kind of relates to Eva. You know what I'm saying? Not having something to try to, build yourself up to accomplish something in life. You know what I'm saying? But then when you got people that have stuff just handed to them and then they're still not humble and not grateful, yeah, he not gonna end up liking her like that, because he come from the same world, look like where Eva come from. And Kat is just like, she's just bratty. She's bratty. And she seemed like she just bitter, and she has no reason to be, like, girl. And he said at the end of the day, he said, even if you have her arrested and sent to jail, she's still going to be your half sister. I was like, you tell her, Tobias. You tell her. So when she was getting ready to walk off for him calling her bratty, and I told you he stopped her, he put his arm on her, his hand on her arm or whatever, and said she was beautiful or whatever. Then they end up kissing, and he was like, oh, you hadn't kissed me like that since some. And she was like, I kissed you the other day, not like that though, or whatever. And then so they kissed again. She was like, I guess you're right, we haven't kissed like this in a while or whatever. And then so she told him that she saw him there with Eva, because he was like, you stood me up, I only get so much time off of work or whatever, and you never did come back. And she said she came back, but she saw him with Eva and they looked like they was having a moment, so she left. And he was like, instead of just coming over there, you left or whatever. So she was like, yeah, so yeah, he not feeling her. He was liking that kiss or whatever, but he deep down, I don't think he feeling her. I think he gonna end up getting with Eva, because they're more relatable, to Eva, and he feel for Eva or whatever. He if I say he would take Eva's side over Kat's side, that's what it seemed like to me or whatever. So then when he asked her, well, let's hang out, he was going to shower or whatever, let's hang out. And she was like, okay. Then she was like, oh, I have to go and talk to Jacob to see if he arrested Eva yet. Okay, this whole conversation y'all just had, and he telling you, why would you believe that? Like, it's like everything he said went in one ear and out the other ear. She's just so hell-bent on having Eva arrested. Eva didn't even do this, but she just so mad at Eva that she want to take it out on Eva. Like, why you don't want to take it out on Eva mama? Why you don't think that Eva mama did it? You know what I'm saying? When she's so descriptive about it or whatever, she not using all her brain cells. It's like, come on, Kat, I thought you was smarter than this. And Tomas is telling her or whatever, and she not gonna stop. And he realized that, okay, so she gonna put this again before me. So yeah, he gonna end up giving Eva the time, because Kat don't want it. She too busy worried about Eva. Eva ain't even thinking about her, But I wonder if Ted would have answered that phone, would she have told Ted that or whatever? But that's crazy. Ted gonna be like, what? Or whatever. Like, I don't think he gonna believe it. I hope he don't believe it either or whatever. And they know that Leslie is crazy and she making up stuff, but she pretty much done threatened Jacob. So we gonna see what happens with that, honey. Then we got, and speaking of Jacob, whatever happened to Marcel? Y'all know his partner that's worked for Joey Badass. Whatever happened to his partner? Because him and his the partner and the daddy is corrupt. We ain't seen them in a long time. So I don't know. I wonder if they gonna bring them back and do more with that storyline, because I think that's gonna be good. That's gonna be real. I like mob stuff, But anyway, so we go to Ashley and her boyfriend. Now, Ashley, she's being a little brat as well. I wouldn't say I don't like her. Kat is getting on my nerve where I'm going to end up not liking her. Right now, I wouldn't say that I don't like Kat, but I can see myself eventually not liking Kat. She's beginning to get on my last nerve. But, Ashley, she is team do too much too. Now I was with it, and I was like, he shouldn't move into her house. They should get an apartment or something together or whatever, because that's her space and he shouldn't be moving into it or whatever. But she allowed him to move in, and every little thing he does, she gets an attitude. Some of the stuff, yeah, I could see it, but some of the stuff, like, girl, like, no matter what he do, she finds a problem with it. Even when he try to make things right, She got a problem with it. She just got like everything. She just like, get out of my space. This mine, 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 mine. But you can't be like that once you already agreed to let this man come and move in, which was a bad idea. So, and at first, and I was like, he shouldn't have been asking her anyway, but he manned up and he said, let's get a spot together. Let us go pick out something where we both would like and we both have our own space. That way we can say that it's ours. You have your side, I have my side, we have our mutual stuff, everything like that. We can have more than one bathroom, all of that or whatever. So she didn't like that idea. So he brought it up again today when she came home early because she had left her lunch. Now, I probably would have been mad too if you threw my food in the trash. But for him, now, I don't know why he cleaned that refrigerator with that scrubber thing. Like that was crazy like that. But I wouldn't have been flipping out over it like that. And then he buffed it out or whatever. And then she didn't even care. She just zoned out. She didn't even want to look at it to see that he fixed it. It was just the point that she don't want him to clean. First she tell him he don't pick up after himself. So that's why he was like, being considerate, showing her that he's listening to her. But baby, Ashley not having it. She just don't want him there, period. So they had a big old blow up or whatever. Oh yeah, he had them threw her food in the trash, and yeah, I would have been pissed off about that or whatever. And then picked it up out the trash to my eat it. Yeah, it was still closed, but still, hell no, we're not finna do that. But yeah, that probably would have pissed me off too about my food, but not to that extent. So yeah, she was just like, and he was like, so have you thought about it or whatever? And she don't want to do that. She don't even want to get no space. She want him to stay where he was and her have her own spot, which is what she should have told him in the beginning. Now I feel like she just wrong because you shouldn't have never let that man come over there when you knew, we could tell from the beginning you didn't want him there. I could see that she didn't want him there. I didn't want him there either, but now that you let him come, then like, damn, like, girl, he trying to help you out. He walking on eggshells. He really is walking on eggshells or whatever. And no matter what he does, she's not satisfied or whatever. So they done had this big blow up, child, and she left. She didn't go to work because she was, hysterical. She's crying. Well, she's emotional. I would say she's emotional, not hysterical. But he got his suitcase while she was gone. She don't know that he got the suitcase, but he finna pack, and I'm sure that once she get back, he gonna be gone. So also what happened, and I'm gonna finish with her in a minute. Also what happened is Andre and Danny was getting it on or whatever, and Andre said he hungry, and Danny, he was like, how about we go and rinse off together, and then we go to such and such and have something to eat or whatever. And she was like, how about we order in like that? And he was like, you don't want to go out or whatever? No, he said no. She was saying something about, well, that part don't matter, but anyway, he was like, you don't want to be seen in public with me? And she was like, I don't want to just announce it as of yet. And she was like, and then Nicole don't know yet. He was like, so tell her. And then she was like, no, because she's going to feel like that's a secret or whatever. So he was like, oh, so you want to keep us a secret. Now, he is tripping because he told her that he ready when she ready or whatever. And he didn't want to push it, but now he want to push it. Now I'm not like, what is the urgency of letting people know? So when he even said that, I'm like, wait a minute, y'all ain't never went out in public and ate or whatever. Like, why you want to do that now or whatever when y'all just agreed that y'all wasn't ready to tell nobody and you was going to leave it up to Danny when she was ready, but now you ready for her to come out, so you can't do that. You can't do that. So now he feeling some type of way. He in his feelings. He like, I should go. And so instead of them ordering food, he decided he wanted to go on and go. But she said that she don't want to get, just wrap back up into anything that soon or whatever, given, what she went through with Bill. She was like, I know who you are, but I need to find out who I am. And I get that, you know what I'm saying? Because she got with Bill at a young age. She haven't had time to explore herself, get to know herself, and know who she is and what she wanted life, which, everybody should do, whether you male or female. Everybody should get to know themselves, self-love, self-care. So he was like, okay, whatever. So he got up and he left. So back to Ashley and Derrick. So Ashley left. She went to the pub. Then they did a flashback showing Derrick getting his suitcase packed or whatever. So again, he's gonna be gone when she come back. So after she called Shanice and let Shanice know that she wasn't gonna be in, she let her know she already called scheduling or whatever, but she still wanted to check in with her as well. So in comes Andre. And y'all know Andre had the biggest crush. He was like just like head over heels for Ashley, but he couldn't have Ashley because Ashley was taken. Well, Ashley and her boyfriend had decided maybe this ain't for us or whatever, but he didn't say he was finna move out. You know what I'm saying? He was like, this was supposed to be the next step before we get married and, you know, we have kids or whatever. He pissed me off when he threw that up because you wasn't even thinking about being married and being kids. I felt like he did that to try to play on her emotions, which was foul. You know what I'm saying? But anywho, so they feel like they finna break up, but they didn't break up. They did not say that they was breaking up. He did not say that he was moving out. They just had a argument, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, they needed their space or whatever. Baby, and while she at the little pub crying after she hung up with Shanice, Andre came in. He was like, Ashley, what's wrong? And she looked like, oh, my knight in shining armor. That's how she looked. She didn't say it, but she like, it would look like that. And it kind of looked like at the same time, like, damn, I don't want him to see me in this state, but it's too late. You can't say you don't want nobody to see you in that state when you in that state in public. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. So, baby, that happened. What else happened? Joey still threatening Doug, and Doug was finna call his wife, but Joey went and called her first, honey child. He done called her first and talking about they were finna meet up or whatever. So Doug followed him or whatever, and right when he was getting ready to rub his Doug's wife arm, Vanessa arm, Doug walked up and he interrupted it. And Doug lied and said that her daughter needed her to call her or whatever because she had a heartbreak. So Joey ended up leaving, and then he told her it wasn't no heartbreak or whatever. So once again, they started having this conversation, and she was like, you know, she just finally got it out. She was like, we love each other. We're gonna always come home to each other, but you know that I see other men and I know that you see other women. He was like, there is no other women. I wish you would stop saying it. So she was like, she probably would be jealous too, because she called him jealous about Joey, but he really not jealous. He don't want Joey to take advantage of his wife. He really looking out for her best interest, and he's mad at himself because he put himself in this situation, and now Joey is after his wife, but not like that, not like how she thinks. She's out to launder the money, so he know what Joey end game is or whatever. So he was finna tell her about the gambling once again, but she was cutting him off and telling him this, that, there, like she always do. And then she got the fuck up, Then she got up and she left once again and didn't give him a chance to tell her. He was about to tell her again. He tried to tell her like 4 times now, and she just like, she talked too damn much. She talked too much. She won't listen to the man or whatever. So let Joey have a child. Let Joey have with her. You know, it is what it is. And at this point, I feel like it shouldn't even have nothing to do with his gambling. Joey, and it really don't have nothing to do with his gambling. Joey set all that up just so he can get to her. She was the end game in the first place. But Doug keep trying to tell her, and she just won't listen. She won't never shut up. I almost cussed again. She won't shut the F up. Like, God, leave Vanessa. Can you be quiet sometime and let somebody talk? Child. But anyway, y'all, that's what happened. Let me see. Did anything else happen before I end this? Talked about Jacob and old girl at the police station, the gambling. I guess, well, the Diego kissed that lady trying to make Vanessa jealous, but that was irrelevant. Anything else happen? Ted, Eva, and Andre met up for her birthday. Andre left so he can go meet up with Danny. And Ted gave her a birthday gift, gave her a picture of herself. Like, what the hell type of birthday gift is that? But she was like, that she saw that picture, she was like, because that was when she was, being sneaky behind Ted back. So she didn't want no picture like that to remind her of that. And he's saying that she looked beautiful then, and she was his daughter then. She's his daughter now. So it doesn't matter to him or whatever. He think it was a pretty picture or whatever. So she was like, oh, and this and that, there, and the other. So that was all that happened. We didn't see none of the other Duprees or nobody else that I could think of. We still don't know who that man was that was at the pub last week being nosy, listening in to the conversations and following people. So I hope we get introduced to him and see what his take is. And they need to bring Marcel and Malachi Sr. back, the Jacob Daddy and Marcel, because I need the mob stuff to be going down too, because again, I like mob stuff. I still love the soap opera. The soap opera is good. It is really, really good. But all right, you guys, tell me what y'all think. Leave y'all comments down below. Like the video, share the video, and if you have not subscribed, be sure to click that subscribe button. Click that bell notification for all so that you never miss an upload. And as we say before we go, love, peace, and hair grease. Smooches. Bye. Happy Monday. Bye.